Hello, friends. It's time for handwriting. We are on handwriting, page 54. And before we do that, I promised I would show you a tape measure. This is a tape measure. Maybe mom or dad has one around. It's used for measuring big areas. Let me show you how it works. It's really cool because it comes all the way out, all the way out. Oh, see, I'm running into the walls. All the way out. Put it behind me, see how high it actually goes. Whoa! You can see it's all the way back in the kitchen. Measuring tapes are so cool. Give me just a minute, I'll show you what I'm doing with all of these here. There we go. Okay. And the neat thing about a measuring tape is it's got a little button right here that you can push it down and it'll hold it for you. It's really great. If you can, I'll show you just a minute. It goes all the way to 16 feet. I'll hold it very close. All right, see it right there? 16 feet. 16 feet. Look at how many inches that is. It's 162. 192 inches. Very cool. That's a lot, isn't it? I want to show you. I'll hold my computer up here. You see it all the way back behind me in the kitchen? See it all the way back there on the floor? It went way back. Okay. Now, if you're playing with this, if you're looking at this, I need to caution you because there's some safety things about this. One, this tape is made out of metal and it is sharp. Okay, so if you're messing with this, if mom or dad says you can touch it and play with it, it's cool. Be careful. It's sharp. I don't want you to cut yourself. The other thing I want you to notice about this is when you, in order to get it to go back in, you can push it back in, but that would take a long time. But it's got this button that lets you, I'm going to show you a little bit. If you push that button, see how it pulls itself back in? You want to be careful with that too, because I'll show you. Hang on. Okay, now watch what happens when I push this button. See how fast that snaps in? That can hurt. Man, I've gotten burned by one of these before. They hurt. They can cut you. So be very careful. And the mechanism inside this makes it so it can roll out and then it'll roll in really fast for you. And maybe you've seen somebody working one of these and they kind of zip it out and zip it around and snap it closed. Really a cool tool. I love tools. So if you're messing with it, be careful. Be careful. This is called a tape measure, also a measuring tape. It really does the same thing for some reason, and that just dawned on me while we were talking. This is usually called a tape measure, and this is usually called measuring tape. Same word. Who knows? Anyway, one of those little mysteries. So there you have it. Wanted to bring that out to you, but now let's do handwriting. We are on page, what did I say? 54, and here it is. And today we're studying the cursive letter J. Let's see. We get to talk about the J Club today, right? Who is in the J Club? Jeff is in the J Club. Jamia is in the J Club. Julie is in the J Club. Do we have anybody else in our J Club? Let's see. Ryan, Kylie, Brianna, no. Preston, no. Hunter, no. Jeff, yes. Austin, no. Jamia, yes. KJ, no. Oh, it's just Jeff, Jamia, and Julie in the J Club today. But my kids all start with the name J or the letter J. I think I was telling you about that. We've got Jake, John, Joe, Jody, and Julie. So there's 5 J's in my family. The J Club. All right, here we go. Let's work on the cursive letter J. Let's do our name and date first. All my stuff back to get that yardstick on the screen. I can't reach anything. 3, 20. What we're doing is we've got some uppercase print J's. This touches the ceiling, goes down to the floor. Then we've got a cursive J. It starts at the table, goes up to the ceiling, goes down to the floor, goes into the basement, and comes back up to the floor. Okay, so we're going to trace those 3 times. Down to the floor, into the basement. This one's wandering all over the house today, maybe looking for car keys. Have mom or dad ever lost their car keys? They're like, I can't find my car keys. Can you help me? And you end up having to look for car keys. Bet you have. All right, so you've got some part training wheels here, and then you've got some spaces to do your own right here. That's an uppercase J. And this is going to have you do them again, uppercase J. Let's talk about the lowercase j. This gives you a print J. It starts at the table, goes to the basement, and just like the letter I, you finish this part, and then you lift your hand off the paper and then put that dot over the top, just like the letter I. Oh, there's another letter that does that. Can you think of what it is? When you do the cursive letter J, you start at the floor, go to the table, come down to the basement, and back up to the floor. Then you lift your hand up and put a dot at the top. Okay, let's do that again. From the floor to the table, down to the basement, back to the floor. Lift it up, put a dot. Here's your training wheels. Floor, table, basement, floor, dot. Okay. Floor, table, basement, floor, dot. This gives you space to write 3 more. And then it's going to have you repeat. Okay. Why don't we remember sometimes when we do cursive pages, they have double letters and we get to do the letter twice? Well, the reason that they don't do it on here is because there really aren't any words that have a double J in them. I can't think of any words that have a double J, and that's probably why they didn't choose to do that here. This is what I want you to do on this page, and I think this brings us to the end. Oh, no, ooh, ah, there it is. We've got another one down on the bottom. This is from Psalm 96, 1. And it says, "Oh, sing unto the Lord a new song." We're going to trace this word right here, the. And the reason is because I asked you to think of the other letter in the cursive alphabet that you lift your hand off the paper to make. Tracing the letter, the. I get all the way done, and then I lift my hand up and cross my T. So the other letter, like the I and the J, the other letter you lift your hand up to trace or to write is the letter T. So let's do this one. Let's try it again. Let's do this word unto, because there's a T right there. Starts at the floor, goes to the table, goes down to the floor, goes up to the table, goes down to the floor, whoop, goes up to the table, down to the floor, up to the table, down to the floor, all the way up to the ceiling, down to the floor, up to the table, down to the floor, up to the table, makes a hook. Then we lift up our hand and cross the T at the table. Set it right on top of that table, okay? What does that remind you of, doing all those cursive like that? Have you ever had one of those little tiny rubber balls in your house where you play with the ball in the house and you throw it down on the floor and it goes, and you do it about 100 times and then mom says, stop bouncing that ball in the house, right? Well, that is kind of like cursive. It bounces all over. We went down to the basement, we went up to the ceiling, we go all over with some of our words and our letters. There you go. Have fun with that. Finish up handwriting and then see if you can go outside and play with the ball. All right, I'll see you next for reading. Have a nice lunch.